Hello again, this is Ana Canseco from House Immigration. Well, Express Entry is getting more unpredictable. With the constant changes, if you're trying to make Canada your home, you might be wondering, am I wasting my time just applying? Last week, for example, there were some changes announced to the category-based draws that left many people feeling frustrated and frankly just confused. Some occupations were added, some were removed. If your occupation was included in the list, great, congratulations. This is a huge advantage for you. This means that you may receive an invitation with a lower CRS score than before, so you have a much clearer pathway to PR. Now, who are the lucky NOCs? Well, first we see the introduction of education occupations. So we have elementary teachers, secondary school teachers, early childhood educators, instructors of persons with disabilities. So there are other NOCs that are also added to other categories like pharmacist, and you can find a list of all the NOCs in a link that I'm going to share in the description of this video. It's all available online. Now, the bad news is if your occupation was excluded from the category-based list. Now, this could mean that you will be waiting in the pool of applicants for longer. And you may now need to have an even better Express Entry profile, and you may need a higher CRS score to actually get an invitation. What are some of the occupations that were removed? We have, first, all the transport occupations were just removed. Architects were removed. Web designers were removed. Web developers were removed too. Contractors, supervisors, and other construction trades were also removed. So one thing super important that you should not even think about doing if your occupation was one of those that were removed, please do not go back into your Express Entry profile and just change your NOC to one that was either left in the list or was added. If you do change your NOC and you end up getting invited and you submit your PR application, IRCC will actually take a look at your history, your Express Entry profile, and can come back with you and send you a PFL, a procedural fairness letter, and say, can you explain why you were in the pool for like 7 months under NOC A and then suddenly you changed to NOC B? Can you explain that? And you'll just open a whole new can of worms for you. You don't want to do that. You might lose your chance at permanent residence. Now, what can you do? Well, first, you should continue to work on increasing your CRS score. And again, here the key word is French. Remember, the focus is still on French proficiency and Canadian experience class. And March is the month of the Francophonie. So who knows, we might even get a French Express Entry drawing this month. What other thing can you do? Again, look into other streams. We have PNPs. You need to keep informed on what programs your province has available. There was a recent PNP draw for 667 points, which means that the lowest score that you needed to get an invitation was 67, because you get 600 for the provincial nomination. So that's pretty doable, right? That might be a good route for you. Also, be aware of the pilots that are available. We have the rural and francophone communities pilots. Some of the communities' websites have already been launched, so you can all go also and look into what are the employees that are participating in this program. You also have the home care support worker program, and I've just uploaded a video on that. That opens March 31st. It's going to be super competitive, but you can also look into it. And there's going to be a stream for workers that are outside of Canada. That's going to open sometime this year. We don't know when, but you can also be on the lookout for that if you're outside of Canada. You can also look into other options to extend your temporary residence. I know it's not ideal, but you can always look into it while it gives you time to improve your CRS score. So either an LMA-based work permit or an LMA exempt work permit, study permit, or even just change into a visitor record, but then you will have to stop working. And I know that's hard. You can also look into other options like family sponsorship. So if you are in a committed relationship with either a Canadian permanent resident or a Canadian citizen, you can apply to be sponsored. So if you're feeling stuck or unsure about your eligibility for any of these programs, the worst thing you can do is just sit and wait. You need a strategy. And on that note, if you are in a committed relationship with a Canadian permanent resident or a citizen, we are going to have a free webinar on spousal sponsorship this March 8th at 7 p.m. It's going to be an amazing collaboration with David Nájera, a fellow RCIC with lots of experience on spousal sponsorship. And it's all free, and we're going to share a lot of super valuable information for you to figure out if this is something that might be worth for you to pursue. Now, I'm going to include the link for the registration in the description. March 11th, don't forget, register. It's going to be worth your time. I hope you find this information useful. As always, you can find my contact information at marehousemigration.ca. Thank you, take care, and goodbye.